What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another Culver's Crew UA deck profile. And this time we have Money D. Luffy, who piloted the green Saitama deck to a first place finish in Bedford for the One Punch Man rare battle. And Money, you can take it away.
All right, this is by far my favorite of the One Punch Man decks. I like all of the One Punch Man decks, but the green one just feels the most flavorful to me. Just having the Oko, when you hit it, there's nothing quite like the rush that you get from it. So we'll get into the profile, starting with the cards that I consider to be non-negotiable locks for the deck. We'll start with the zeros. You got four Genos. This is a draw one, trash one. This has a draw trigger, so it does so much of what you want. Plus, it is a raid target. Spoiler, we'll get to that later. Next up, you have your zero drop king. This card is absolutely insane. It has a get trigger. You can pay 1 AP to draw with this. Sometimes you're just kind of bricking and you just need to see cards, and you can pay the AP draw at the start of your turn, and then you can draw again with this if you're really desperate. So he just comes in clutch when you need him most. And then we have Suryu. I would consider these to be a lock just because of the draw trigger. Stinger is cool, but has no trigger at all. So this guy's in the deck. Plus, he's a 2K, which is nice because he can free block 15s. Now we get into what I would consider to be the most important cards in the deck. This king to me is the best searcher in all of Union Arena right now. He looks for 5 cards, and you can take any king or any card that costs 6 or more. So it helps you find some very important, crucial pieces, including the kings. So great card. Next up is the 3-drop Genos. Now, this is important for a few reasons. Not only does it produce 2 energy, which you need, but it also has the effect that it reduces the cost of your Saitamas by 1. So essentially, it provides 3 energy towards a Saitama. So, very important to the deck. By far, though, the most important card of them all is the Raid King. This card is absolutely insane. Um, don't worry about the fact that it can't attack or block. It's unfortunate, but it does so many other important things. When it comes out, you draw a card, and then you can pitch a Saitama from your hand to kill literally anything. So it's almost like playing 4 extra special triggers. If you get this out of your life, it's absolutely crazy. You're going to kill something, you're going to produce extra energy, you're going to draw a card. What more could you want? Oh, I'll tell you. If he's in the front line, he still provides energy. If he's in the front line, you can turn him sideways to mill 3 cards. This card is busted. Insane. The only reason that the deck works. Next, we have the Saitamas himself. I play 3 of the normal rare Saitama. This guy's pretty good. He has damage 7. He comes in active. They can't remove him. He doesn't have impact like the other one, but he has the added bonus that if you mill him with one of your abilities from the top of your deck, you draw a card. So absolutely crazy. You mill him with King, you draw a card. You mill him with Silverfang, which we'll see in a second, you draw a card. Very good. And then, of course, the Oko himself. Well, this card is too, but this is the one you really want to be playing. Yeah, it's 2 action points, but when you swing with this guy, you get to kill anything. So really, it's almost like having 12 specials. This kills whatever it wants, other than, of course, another Saitama. But this guy has damage 7 and impact 3. So even if they have a blocker, they're taking 3 damage. Busted. Super fun. And it's easier to pull off than I think people thought it would be when the spoilers came. So very good. Now, those all of those cards that I just went over, I would consider non-negotiable. You have to play the you have to play that many of each of these. The The Saitama, maybe I guess, should have gone into my next category because you actually can play 4 of this one. Some people play 4 of this and 3 of this one, but again, this is the one that you want to be playing in the end of the game. So for me, if I'm going to cut one, it's this one, but I definitely understand if you want to play 4 of each. So the first quote unquote flex splat is Silverfang. I wouldn't pay less. I wouldn't play. He is your color trigger. So when you get him as a trigger, you can play a 2 or less from your hand. But this guy does 3 absolutely insane things on play. When attacking and when blocking, he lets you peek at the top card of your deck and either leave it there or go ahead and mill it. So if you have this Saitama on the top with him, you can mill it, you can draw a card. He's great, obviously, for stacking your deck, for filling up your graveyard. Um, Everything that you want, this card does. And he's a 4,500, so he can chump block so many different things. Um, I didn't mention, by the way, you probably know this if you're this far in the video, but the Saitama gets -1 cost for every 5 cards in your trash. So once you get to 15, for example, he's -3. If you have 2 Genos out, that's minus another 2. So um, he gets playable, at a decent stage in the game if you've been doing well. Next up, 2 Tornadoes. This card's busted. It costs 7. It produces 2 energy. When you play it, you can get any green character out of your trash. More often than not, the 3 most common cards you're going to take is King, a Saitama, or a Genos. It really kind of depends if you're picking a card for now. It's probably one of these. If you're picking a card for the next turn, it might be this. You can play this if you have a king so that you can pick up the Saitama to have it to trash. She really just lets you do whatever you need to do at the time. Um, I would love to play 3 of this. I'd love to play 4 of it. I think it's hard to fit in more than 2 though, but I wouldn't go under 2. The rest of the cards, well, let's look at the events first. Obviously, you're playing 4 specials and 4 finals. The specials are super important because the main Saitama is 2 action points. Sometimes you absolutely need to have your final trigger to get that extra action in. So I definitely would not go below 4 for the final. And the special is absolutely insane. It kills anything with BP equal to or less than the highest BP on your field. So King Raid is a 5k. So once that's online, you can kill a 5k. And then if you do have a king, this card allows you to give an extra energy generation to one of your characters. So this can help you get to 6 or get to 7 or get to, of course, that 15 magic number. Okay, so the rest of the cards I would consider to be flexes. First, up is Moomin Rider, the bicyclist for justice. This card is fantastic. He comes out early to help you stay alive, and if he gets sidelined from a battle, you can pitch a card from your hand to play him right back out rested, either in your energy line or in your front line. So he keeps giving you those important blocks while filling up your trash and playing a character for you without paying an action, which is super important. You might think, oh, it's just a 15k body, but not having to pay the action to get the body is absolutely clutch. Next, I would say that you need to run 4 additional cards that can provide double energy. So one option is Tank Top Master. This is the 2 drop that when it's active, it provides a third. So this can come out off your color trigger. You can play this very early. Um, all of the other double energy producers require you to have 3. So this is the only one that you can play for 2. Well, not the only one, but this is the only one I currently play for 2. So there's Tank Top Master. Next up is Watchdog Man. Watchdog Man is a 3 that provides 2. He says that he cannot move, so you're pretty much always going to play him for energy. You'll never get to attack for him. He is a 4k. Maybe there's a situation where you play him in the front, but you're almost always putting this guy in the back.
And he
Now,
has a trigger, right? So
yes, exactly. So Moomin Rider was for a long time the only active trigger that I played in the deck. But Watchdog Man also has an active trigger, whereas Tank Top Master does not have a trigger at all. So this is what led me to playing the 2-2 split that I have now. Now I will say the active trigger is by far the worst trigger that you can have in the deck. You'd rather have a draw trigger or a get trigger. So this guy's pretty good, but actually I'm gonna be testing out a new card. This is Handsome Common, My Mask. This is a one drop that provides two, but you have to pick a character back up in order to play him. Um, and so initially, I didn't want to run this guy because I thought that it would be too big of a loss in tempo. Um, but my buddy Derek was playing him today, and we kind of talked about how this is just like Leorio and Karapika, which in Karapika, I love playing Zeppeli, draw a card, trash one, play this, pick it back up so that you can draw again on the next turn. And this deck allows you to do that with Genos. So as soon as I kind of thought about that, I realized that I do like the Handsome Common and I want to test him out. You also can use him to pick up the best searcher in all of Union Arena, in my opinion. So I'm definitely going to be putting two of this guy in instead of the Watchdog Man. It's a beautiful alt art, but I think he's got to go. Unfortunately, no trigger, but again, the active trigger is the most unneeded in the whole deck because there's not a lot that you would put it on anyway. So then, lastly, in my final two flex spots, I currently have two Raid Genos. Now, when I first started testing this deck around release weekend and pre-release weekend, really, I had this at 4, and then I ended up going down to 1 and then 0. Um, but the more that I've played in rare battles, the more that I've kind of seen how this deck works. Genos is actually super important and super good in the deck. He can save you just by simply being a trigger that gives you a blocker. But he's not just any blocker, he's 4K with double block. So in your rare battles, when you're playing against things like Speed of Sound Sonic or Garo that is going to swing a lot in a turn, but not necessarily have a lot of swings that are 4 or higher, Genos is insane. Plus, he's going to give you the Genos that you raided on back. So usually you want to raid on the 0, of course, because you want the other in your energy line. But if you're desperate, you hit this out of life, go ahead and raid it on it because you're just going to get it right back to your hand when they sideline it. So I do think the Genos raid is very good. Um, Alternatively, there's a 4-drop Silver Fang you can play that protects something, but I actually think Genos is better, at the very least for the rare battle format. We'll see when we get to the format at large, but for now, that's where I am.
all right. So
So,
what are your what do you think the biggest weaknesses and strengths are?
so the deck's biggest weakness is that it can brick. If you can't raid King, you're not going to win. I had a game recently where I did not see a 0 or a 1-drop king, and I was doing stuff, but I was never going to play a Saitama. Um, and then, you know, other than that, um, the strengths are first, it's removal. Um, Again, this card is crazy just for the removal. And then this card is hard for really anything to answer. Um, if they have a blocker, this is killing it, and then you're still hitting 3. Um, a lot of times you can get them down to 3 or 4 life just through chip damage anyway. So oftentimes this is just winning you the game. Um, and it's very fun. There's, not many decks you can have more fun playing, but I think it actually can compete too. I don't know if it's tier 1, but I wouldn't put it lower than tier 1.5.
In the meta at large, what do you think in like theory would be a bad matchup and a good matchup? That's like in the
Um,
top tier meta.
Yeah, so in the top tier meta, um,
Blue JJK, purple Kogias.
yeah, I think that JK would probably be a better matchup than Purple Kogias. I think the Demon Slayer deck might be a little rough, just because I know that Sonic is rough for it in rare battles. Um, a lot of us here in Indy think Sonic's better than Demon Slayer, anyways. But in your locals, if there's lots of Demon Slayer players, you might struggle against that with Saitama for sure.
Yeah, I think if you just like kill the Nezuko with a king, like
Yeah,
usually
yeah,
they just
exactly.
leave the
That's the
Nezuko up.
thing. You have 8 triggers that can kill their Nezuko. If you've ever played against the Demon Slayer deck, a special trigger shuts down their turn. You have 8 of them in this deck. So, yeah, even your bad matchups, like, you can pop off against and beat them
Yeah.
for
All
sure.
right. Well, we're gonna play a game after this and attach it to the end of this video. Um, what'd you play? You played against like yellow,
Yeah, so
yellow.
in the event that I won, yeah, it was yellow, yellow, red. So, yellow, yellow, and then Garo.
Oh yeah.
But
So
yeah, so far I've got
easy.
a first, 2 seconds, and then I think a fourth with it. So
All right. Well,
it's solid.
see you in the games. Okay.
All right, man. Good luck.
Good luck. I will play the one eyeballed master. Leave it on top. Your turn.
All right, I will top deck a 0.
Sure.
It's just that easy, man. Ask and you shall receive. Genos. Draw 1. Trash 1. And then I will play Moomin Rider and pass.
Alright, draw. I will play Phoenix Man, look at the top 3. Agaro. Discard. Four drop Garo, and then I'll go ahead and play Garo, mill 2, your turn.
Yeah. I think we will. Oh, how many of those are you gonna move up?
I usually move one up by now.
I think I'm gonna play it kind of risky and just play the tank top and the Genos and pass to you. I worry about how much damage I might take doing this, but it is what it is.
Actually, AP draw this, and then promote Kirigiro.
Yep.
We will play Boros, draw 1. Trash the raid Garo, then Cell of Monsters,
Yep.
play Garo, go 2K.
Yeah. 2's good. We have a draw trigger.
You're
Okay. Draw for turn. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first I'm going to move the Moomin. Then I will play King. Look at 5 cards. I will take King Raid. Put those at the bottom. I will raid the king, draw a card, and then sadly, I have no Saitama to pitch.
Did you not just get one?
That's a draw trigger. It's in my trash.
Oh, I thought it was a get.
Nope. The other one's a get. The 2 AP one is a get. I don't know if I would prefer that. Which way or the other, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Play the Fang. Take a peek. I'm gonna leave that. And well, do I want the mill? Maybe I should mill before I play the Silver Fang. Even though I don't want to mill this tornado, I do want to get the mill in. Ooh, and there's a King Raid. Big punished. Alright, now let's play the Fang.
Yep.
That can stay too, actually. Go ahead.
Promote Phoenix Man.
Okay.
Tap 1 for Garo. 3 drop ability. Kill the Moomin Rider.
Sheesh. Bye-bye, Rider.
The Rider die.
Mm.
And then I will.
You just did that justice crash into my sideline.
I will fist the Silver Fang. Give this
Whoa.
Garo protection.
That kills a 5k?
Sure
Yeah, I guess
does.
it does. If you have a Garo. Yeah,
No, it actually kills a 5k regardless, but it's one less
no
action.
matter what?
Yep.
That's busted.
One less action point if I have a Garo.
Ah, that's right, that's right.
I'll go 4.
Saitama add to hand.
2.
Genos, draw a card.
15.
Silver Fang. That's pretty clutch.
Color.
I will play out, yeah, color. I'm gonna play out King. Look at 5. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take King. Keep searching. Disorder. I will pitch the Genos. My turn?
Yep.
Okay. Draw for turn. Busted. Okay. Raid King. Draw a card. Crash Saitama. Kill Garo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay.
Genos final Saitama.
Not quite. Um, Mill, Saitama, Handsome, Common, and Genos. Mill, King, Saitama, Siryu. Draw a card off the Saitama. Hmm. Okay. Let's go Fang in the front. I think I leave that. And then Raid Genos. I'll swing.
Okay.
I think you have a pretty hard choice if it is the special trigger, so.
Color.
Yep. Pass.
Draw. Um. Promote Garo. Play Boros, take a life. Draw 2. Trash Boros. Raid Garo.
Yep.
Play 4 drop to the back. We'll go 4K draw a card.
No impact or nothing.
Nope.
Block for 45. Yep, still leave that.
4K.
Yep. I will add this Saitama to my hand.
Your turn.
Okay. Draw. Alright. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna mill. Draw off the Saitama. So I can play Saitama if I produce 10 energy.
10, you mean 2?
If I produce 2 more,
Yeah.
I can play Saitama. Is how I should say it. So there's another draw trigger in there. If I mill and hit the draw trigger, yeah, I think I try to just guarantee it this turn. Mill 3. All right, fair enough. It wasn't meant to be. So I'm gonna King Engine Agara.
Which one?
Doesn't
The
matter.
right one?
Yeah, I'm killing both. And then with each of those, I'll put an extra energy on Tank Top Master. He's now producing 4. And then I'll play It's About Me taking you on right here, right now. Gotta restand the foil Moomin Rider AP with that, you know. And then I'm actually going to replace this king with the 2-star. And we're gonna swing damage 7, impact 3. We're gonna kill the. Are they both 15? Kill the 2, if there's a 2.
Yep. I'll block.
I kill one, you block with the other.
No or draw trigger.
Yep. And then I'll go 45. I'll leave that card.
Draw.
And then I'll go 4K.
GG.
God bless America. GG.
Yeah, for sure. Had game on the crackback.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Especially if I don't replace King there and I replace one of the others. But yeah, if you could remove some stuff. Yeah, if I had another final, I could have cleared your whole board and did the impact or the damage 7. Yeah.